even gonna mess around. Let's get into it. This is how you're going to make your life look like your Pinterest board. I'm going step by step here. Welcome to Pinterest Academy. Get out your Notion, get out your notebooks, get out a pencil, get a nice drink to follow along, because we're gonna need to take some notes. This is how you're gonna make your everyday, no matter what, feel like your Pinterest board. The first step is to romanticize every single moment, even the small ones. And now I do not want to sound like a toxic positivity. I'm saying is that people always tell me like, you're so happy, you're such a happy person. It's because like I do not let negativity enter my mind. And before anyone yells at me in the comments, that's coming from someone who has diagnosed anxiety disorder. There are some things that are really bad that happen in our life, and I'm not gonna sugarcoat it and be like, no, it's fine, we'll just romanticize the moment. But I'm talking about like our everyday, like those small moments. There are two ways we can romanticize the small moments. The first one goes into what I was just saying. Choose positivity when you can. I have no control over this. Let me choose to see like the bright side. You will be 10 times happier. I'm a happy person. Like I'm a happy, bubbly, go lucky person. Like I'll just be the first to say it. And it's truly because I do this in my everyday life. When you look at your Pinterest boards, you get like that rush of dopamine. You get like those good vibes. You get like, one day my life will be like this. No, today my life is gonna be like this because I'm choosing to make my life look like this. The second way you can romanticize your life that like really goes in, if we're thinking more like aesthetics of our life and how we can like mimic the aesthetics of Pinterest, I'm gonna give you a piece of advice and I'm gonna give a disclaimer for it. This is what is true to you. I'm not saying you should go on Pinterest and like copy everything. I'm not saying like just because like one girl thinks that like this pajama set is cute, that you also have to think that pajama set is cute. I want this to feel authentic to you. What I say, what I do in my vlogs will be a tip. It'll be like a little like fun piece of advice while I'm also showing you like an example of how I'm doing it. It's just an example. It doesn't have to be exactly what you do either. I want you to go and create an aesthetic life. And you do this by romanticizing the small moments. Do things that are intentional, even in like your small moments. Really being intentional with like your morning coffee. I put my coffee in a cute mug. I really like sit there before I take it off of the pot and I smell my coffee. You know, like the house is cold, but your coffee is warm and you can feel the warmth radiating off of it and you can smell like the freshly brewed coffee. That's like really how you should like be thinking about your like fun, cozy little drinks that you can either get or make at home. Romanticize these moments and really like take time to appreciate these moments, to do your daily gratitude. It's okay to slow down. You don't always have to habit stack making your coffee. Like sometimes I'll make my coffee and be brushing my teeth because I'm in a rush, and then I don't like have like that nice moment of slowness in the morning, and then like the whole day feels like I'm rushing because I missed out on that slow moment for myself. And it's such a small thing, but I really like take in my surroundings and it makes you feel more alive. We're all about living with intention. That is what, you know, your Pinterest boards are going to emulate, living with intention. Curate the perfect skincare routine. This is like another way you can do it. I feel like it has taken me a very long time, but I figured out my skincare routine, not just like morning and night, but like weekly. I figured out like a weekly, monthly routine even. Enjoy the curation of it, enjoy the journey and the process of discovering new products, of discovering new things and using new things, trying out different techniques. Make it like your staple. Know that you can, you know, always try something new if you want, but then when you're doing these things, romanticize those moments. The next thing kind of goes a little into my romanticize your life, but in a bigger scale. We're not just romanticizing the small things, we are setting the vibe for every single day, and this goes into your mornings. I have a whole morning routine where I'm like really trying to emulate like my ideal self coming up, and I'm excited about it. I hope you are too. I've been practicing this pretty consistently since the beginning of this last year, and oh my gosh, has it just like really made my days feel like my Pinterest boards. Like every moment feels like the aesthetic of my boards, and it feels like I'm living in the boards that I've created and get inspo from. The first hour of your day seriously determines the rest of it, and I will like die on that hill. Do I think you can save like a half-wasted day? Do I think you can save a bad morning? Yeah, I do, especially when circumstances happen that aren't like necessarily your fault. But when you are in control of these mornings, this is when it's the most important, because I think if you are in full control of how your morning goes and you choose to spend it unwisely or in a way that doesn't make you feel good, you're setting yourself up to have that same mindset for the rest of the day, because that was your choice. It wasn't like the universe's choice, it was yours. When you wake up and scroll for an hour, or at least when I do, sometimes it happens, girls, I'm not gonna lie, I will wake up and scroll for an hour, and then the entire rest of the day, because my first thing that I did was just quick dopamine boost, quick dopamine boost, quick dopamine boost, the entire rest of the day I'm like craving a doom scroll. Like, it's nuts, it's a little insane. But like, I know I'm not alone in this, because like scientifically speaking, that would make perfect sense. You're ruining your dopamine receptors in the morning. Like, on the first part of your day, you're waking up and immediately ruining those dopamine receptors for the day. And like, now it's not gonna feel good until tomorrow. And then that's not like very Pinterest-esque, if I do say so myself. So here are my steps. I totally understand waking up kind of just like immediately opening your phone. I'm not even gonna say like don't sleep in the same room as your phone. I need my phone in the room. If my alarm is not right by my face, I literally have my Hatch and my actual alarm, because I will not wake up. I replace the doom scrolling with a Pinterest scroll, because Pinterest is motivating. Pinterest is fun. I'll even sometimes go and see like my YouTube subscriptions, because I almost exclusively follow like book people and people who post like motivational, productivity, wellness, like that girl content. So I know I'm always gonna be motivated on my YouTube as well. So I go through and that is what I look at. It's kind of the same like feeling you're getting, but it's not like a doom scroll. It's all like very like positive, happy vibes. And yeah, it's kind of like quick dopamine, but at the same time, it serves as like a sort of inspiration for the rest of your day. So if you need that, that is my tip. It's not necessarily saying like you have to start your routine like this, because I do have routine steps coming up. But my tip is to scroll on Pinterest if you're like craving that like, you know, scrolling feeling. Also really love like putting on a playlist with just like positive, happy vibes. I love a good playlist that has like Olivia Dean, or like sometimes I'll just look up like bossa nova. Like, I love bossa nova. I love bossa nova music so much. I'll even every once in a while put on one of these like happier YouTube videos, like more motivational YouTube videos, or like a podcast. Really love the Wellness Cafe, like I mentioned earlier. I really love Hot Girl Energy by Kaylee Stewart. And then I go and I immediately, as soon as I'm up and brush my teeth and all that, of course, and getting my coffee, I'll do my like daily gratitude. And this is like really what's going to start making your life like feel like the boards that you're making on Pinterest. This is where you seriously look at those small moments and say like, I appreciate this about my life. It takes you out of the Pinterest board and puts you into your own body, your own feet, and you can look around and say, hey, I have this thing. Hey, I do this thing. Hey, I never noticed that my bookshelf looks so cute. Like, it's just like you get so used to your own stuff that you don't realize like you're living in the inspo already. And by doing your daily gratitude, it's like the art of noticing. You're noticing all these beautiful things around you in real life, outside of the internet, outside of that Pinterest board. And you are saying like, I'm grateful for this small thing that I have that I never realized was that cute. And boom, you're gonna feel like you're in the boards already. Like, you're starting the day off strong. Now we're gonna get into something that like might be a little more like less cost effective, less cost friendly, but it's something that I think you should prioritize and budget for if you can. Is it a necessity? Not necessarily, but will it make you really feel good? Yeah. Plan one, I don't want to call it beauty based, but like, for lack of a better term, beauty based. Oh, I know, I got it guys. I wrote all this down and yet here I am mid video just totally ad-libbing. Plan one, self-care based appointment a month. I do like a monthly skin appointment. If I can, I will get my nails done like at least once a month. Maybe this is like a haircut, like even like a small easy trim, a massage. Maybe it's just like a day at like your local spa. Budget and plan for one self-care based appointment a month, something that is totally for you. I'm not even saying this in terms of like looks. I love having my nails done. It is a New Year's goal for me to have my nails done pretty much the whole year, whether it's press-ons, I'm painting them at home, or I have actual nails, because for a while I couldn't really have nails because of the job that I had. Now I can, and I want my nails back, but I feel like this in particular is something that makes me feel so put together. Like, it just makes me feel put together. Is it something anyone else really noticed? I mean, every once in a while I'll get like a girly be like, your nails are cute, you know, and I love that. That is so sweet. But for the most part, it's something for me that makes me feel good. If that's a massage because you might have like back pain. I have back pain. I turned 25 and my God, it was like the moment I woke up on my 25th birthday, everything hurt. It's something that like you can't even see, but you feel it. It makes you feel lighter and better. I have my skin appointments that I go to. These make me feel so much better. They've cleared up my skin so much. This doesn't have to be something that's incredibly expensive. It doesn't have to be like a whole thing. It's just something small that you do every month that makes you feel your best. And it's something that you can have these appointments completely for yourself. It's almost like quiet time away from everything. This will not only make you like look good overall, once again, doesn't even have to be about looks. It'll make you feel good. It'll like really make you feel put together. And I feel like when I personally am scrolling on Pinterest making boards, when I'm looking for inspo, I'm looking for inspo of people who look and feel put together. I feel like it's like the unspoken thing about a Pinterest board. Like, everything you pin is of someone or something or whatever, or an environment that looks and feels put together. Kind of going off this, tip number 4 is keeping a clean environment. I'm sorry, when you're looking at your Pinterest boards, everything is usually clean. You're not pinning like a Pinterest of a messy room. Making your bed is like the easiest thing too. Like, it literally takes like 5-10 minutes maybe at most. Tip number 5 is plan one hobby a week. Half of my Pinterest inspo right now is like fun crafts and hobbies. I don't know if I don't know if it's just me. I don't know. I keep seeing like so many fun, cute things that like double as room decor or something like that. It doesn't have to be hard. I am not an artist. I have very shaky hands. If you've seen any of the vlogs where I'm holding the camera and you've probably been like, oh my God, she needs a stabilizer. Like, yeah, I do. I've never tried crocheting. I've never tried sewing. I've never tried any of that stuff. Not to say that I won't ever do it, because like I always want to learn. I always want to do hobbies. But there are so many little things that are so easy to do that are just like fun and fulfilling hobbies that you can do. Plan one hobby a week. I literally just painted a picture frame. I'm using a lot of craft examples, but like a hobby also includes like gardening, learning how to roller skate, watching sports is a hobby if you really like that. Something I want to do this summer once baseball's back in season is learn baseball. I know some things about it, but I like the Dodgers and I want to be an actual fan and not just someone who like kind of knows things about it, you know? Reading is a hobby. Watching movies can be a hobby. Plan one day a week at least where you can do a hobby, because this will once again take you out of your phone, put you in the real life. The whole kind of point of this video is like, here's your board, here's your inspo. I'm taking you out of the board and placing you into your own shoes. Want to feel like your Pinterest boards. They're great inspo unless you don't use that inspo. Use that inspo, get in your own shoes, feel your own environment, and do something with your hands or what have you, and create something. Create something, do something. I have an incredibly busy schedule, and I still try to make sure that every week, even if it's just for like 15 minutes, I plan out a hobby. And since I've been doing this since the beginning of the year, it's been 2 weeks. But like, listen, I have had already like so much more of an intentional year. I've already felt like I'm in my Pinterest boards. I've been making crafts like based off my Pinterest boards. Kind of stops the consumerism a little bit, unless you have to buy the stuff for the crafts, but like then you're still like making your own thing. It's like something you created. It's a good time. And my final tip is to plan one fun thing a week. Something that is maybe a little outside of the hobby. This can be like a solo coffee shop day. This could be like going to see a friend. This could be like after work agreeing to go hang out with your grandma. This could be making dinner with your spouse and like trying a new recipe. Plan one fun thing a week. It doesn't have to be big. It can be. You can go to the club on a Tuesday and that's okay. But it doesn't have to be. Like, it does not have to be like this big event, you know? It can still be small but fulfilling. And I really think that this is incredibly important, because one, I feel like we pin all these ideas like, oh, I want to do this and I want to do that and I want to do that, and you never do it. It's why I create and try to really stick to my seasonal bucket list. It's this idea of like, you can use the Pinterest inspo of like these fun activities, but now go do them. You've pinned a million pins of like the cute coffee shop that you know is like 30 minutes away from you. Why aren't you going to that cute coffee shop? You've pinned like a million pins of a beach day, and okay, like I know not everyone can just go to the beach. I am incredibly blessed, but like if you can, plan a beach day. Like, these things are so important because this is what makes us alive. Like, this is how we create a life that is fulfilling and fun, and like that's the goal of Pinterest. Pinterest is the inspo, but I feel like everyone has gotten into this trap of like, oh, I'm looking at other people's inspo and I am getting dopamine hits from it, and like it's so fun, but the minute you close your laptop you feel like numb. And that's because it's so fun making your inspiration mood boards, your vision boards, but like why aren't you putting in the work to make those things happen in your real life? All you're doing now is applauding other people's lives. Those are my tips. This is also why I'm making those vlogs. I want to bring you guys along with me. Yes, it's my life, but I'm trying to give you guys inspo to go out and do it. Each of these vlogs is going to have like specific tips interwoven into them, but I want to be very intentional with making sure that like my life is not only inspirational for you guys, but motivational for you. That is the point of this series. So welcome to this series. I'm so excited about it. You guys should subscribe if you're new here to stick along. Even videos that aren't in this series, I tried to make kind of emulate that vibe. You could go ahead and like this video if you enjoyed. If you guys see that little hype button, I know not everyone has it, but if you have that hype button, I would really appreciate if you could click the hype button too. If you watched to this point in the video, comment down a sparkle emoji. All of my socials are linked down below, and with that being said, all of my closing remarks, I will see you guys all in the next one. Okay, bye!